How's it going, everybody? This is Playz. Welcome to another game. This one is called The Stanley Parable. It's a game driven by narrative, and it stands out from other games in its own quirky way. I don't know very much about this game, but I know it's interesting. So I figured I'd play it for you guys and take along for the ride. Let's get started.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Something is very wrong.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What does it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I missed a memo. Where is the meeting room? I have to find it. So, today is not like any other day. Everybody is gone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I now? Okay. Why not? Tell me what to do. Now these are some fine pictures. Aha!
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I can't believe this. I'm going to my boss's office. That's the broom closet. Oh, I can go in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh, okay. There's nothing.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is a nice room. I see where all the money's going. Wait, that's the executive bathroom. I need to go this way. This is the man with the... Everybody's gone, dude.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Something's wrong.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh, no.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course,
secret.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But you told me. Wait, where is it? Is it behind the desk?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Where'd it go?
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh, here it is. Let's see. Let's try 258 or 2485.
2845.
Oh, right. I remember now.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What is this? This isn't supposed to be here. This is strange. That is a big red button. Oh god. Where are we going? What adventures are ahead of us? Who knows? This game is completely unpredictable. There's only one way to find out.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
It
was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What do I even do at my job?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This is strange. Wait a minute. An escape. Let's go escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
On second thought, let's go to the mind control facility. Yeah. Let's do that. I changed my mind.
Of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I do. I have way too many things to live for. What is this big button? What does it do? Let's see.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I must find out what secrets this place holds. Is there? Aha! That one has a camera on it.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
This isn't
the
creepy.
Lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Just a little bit strange. Oh, is it fired?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
They're controlling us.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Is my life a lie?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
We must
For
destroy
he
it.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I must end this. Off. Is it over? Did I end it?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
I can't see anything.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
So many.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
So many unanswered
but as
questions.
Sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Freedom!
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'm out of here.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I am happy. So happy. Things just couldn't be better. But I have a feeling something's gonna change. Because this game is like that. You never know. Why am I back in my office? Why, this is where I started. What's different?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What the hell?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so apparently I must have done something wrong. But where did I go wrong? That's the thing about this game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The thing about this game is that there's
This was not the
so
correct
many
way
endings.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So I already got one ending.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Just
It
look
had
at the
really
shape.
been worth the detour after all.
I like
just to
this
spend a few
pillar.
moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Just look at the wallpaper.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes. Alright, I'm ready to move on.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm gonna go this way instead. I'm not gonna listen to you.
Stanley
have to
was
do what
so
you tell me
bad
to.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's right. I'm a rebel. I do what I want. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Oh god, I almost fell off. Yes, this is very high. Shall we go?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
This is all about
There's
me?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What? Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Her?
She's been waiting.
Who's she? Where's this door going? Whoa!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Do I?
To reach out to her.
Uh-huh.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay. Hello? Ooh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
Why, I
All
would
right,
love
now,
some bread.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Hi.
Gotcha.
You.
Come on.
You're
Did
good.
you actually think you had a loving wife?
No.
They'd want to commit their life to you.
I'm so lonely.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
And what's that?
Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Please. Please do. What is going on here?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? I die? Press F.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, this is depressing. I will press M.
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
I am pressing
doing
buttons.
exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Am I?
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I did. Shall I press A? I shall
But
press
in
A.
his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
Yes.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
I love
It was
daydreaming.
wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
It's so terrible. Where's my TV?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Oh, that's
First,
right.
he
This is all going
imagined
on in
that
my
one day
head.
While at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
I'm going to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press N.
As he wandered through this fantasy
Right.
world,
That's
he began
different.
to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Oh.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
We were
Down
just
another
there.
was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I didn't see that game yet.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Yes.
But there is no answer.
Oh, that's my
How
desk.
could there possibly be?
What?
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Which life is
And
the
I'm
real
trying
one?
to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not
I won't do it. I won't press a button. I won't do it. Not gonna do it. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna press a button anyway.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
'Cause I can do what
How
I
can
want.
I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm going to question.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
Nope.
But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again.
I don't want to die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
I press all the buttons I want to, man. I'll press all the buttons I want. And so here we are again at the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Shall we
Stanley
try this
decided to go to the
again?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Maybe I should actually listen to what he's telling me to do. Maybe that's what I should do.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Tips for not getting
Stanley
fired.
decided to go
Talk
up to
less.
his boss's
Do
office,
unbelievably.
hoping he might find an answer
Okay.
there.
Let a bulb inside you take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers, resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Isn't this the truth about actual workplaces and how people act? I completely agree.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, this time we're going to take the escape route.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I know the number already.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Give me some music. Yes. It lets me relax. This is soothing. I'll just loosen up to the music. Do a little stretch.
Feeling soothed and
ready to
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh. Okay. Let's go. Press the button again. Well now, will we, I wonder if we shall advance this time. We're gonna take the escape route.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't know if that's true. And is this
the door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm gonna go this way.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I will confront my death. See? I'm okay. What's down here? Oh, Jesus. I think I might have made another mistake again. It's okay. It's okay. Oh! Jesus. I think...
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer
Oh,
to his
Jesus.
demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
I think I made a mistake.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
I don't want to be
Perhaps
smashed.
his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Oh.
Stanley.
No. Oh, man. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
What? Who are
as
you?
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
You're a lady.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What a terrible way to die. Wait a minute. I didn't die, though. I didn't die. I'm okay. See?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Nothing.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
What?
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. It's like... my computer. This is strange. The credits. I think I don't know. There's what's that gonna happen? Okay. I think this might be an unexpected end. I feel like I'm gonna have to start this over again. Aha, an exit. Shall we?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Aha.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Yes.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Are you sure?
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Let's begin the game again. Okay, guys, kind of a rough start. Just a little bit of a rough start. I'm gonna keep on playing this until I get to the actual like part of the game. It seems like I've gone a couple different paths and I've had different unexpected results, but we're gonna keep this one going, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm really excited to play this game. It's very interesting, as you can see. Well, we're gonna get this one figured out, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.